Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anju Singhal with the PPT of Class 12th Political Science, Book 1, Lesson 5, and the name of the lesson is United Nations and its organizations. Do you know, this is the new name of this chapter. First, its name used to be International Organizations. This PPT is based on latest syllabus decided by CBSE board for the year 2020-21. Reference source of course is NCERT and information provided by CBSE board, that is the latest information which CBSE board has provided. First of all, let me tell you that this is an important chapter and you have to update yourself regarding its topics. So here is content before you. As usual, the first one is introduction. Then will come principal organs of UN. And after that, key agencies of UNO. And which key agencies you are going to study here are UNESCO, WHO, ILO, UNICEF also is there. And the last topic will be Security Council and the need for UNO's expansion. Security Council is a major organ of UNO, but we will study it in detail because this is an important topic, right? To make this lesson more approachable and easy for you, I have decided to divide its content in two videos. In first video, we will do the topics introduction and principal organs of United Nations. And in the second video, we will cover rest of the topics. Okay then, I start with objectives of the lesson. After reading this lesson, you would be knowing the following. What is the role of United Nations and its organizations? Principal organs of United Nations and key agencies of United Nations. So the introduction of the chapter. An international organization is created by and responds to states. It comes into being when states agree to its creations. United Nations is a world organization, as it is clear with the name of its, like united union of some nations, which has been established to maintain peace in the world. The potential reform of the United Nations Security Council is an interesting case of the reform process and its difficulties. The First World War encouraged the world to invest in an international organization to deal with conflicts. As we all know that after the First World, the world's major countries decided to solve the problems created after the First World War, and that is why they created League of Nations, right? But it was not a successful thing. So, in 1945, the UN was founded as a successor to the League of Nations immediately after the Second World War. League of Nations was founded in 1921, and the UNO, United Nations Organization, was founded in 1945. It was set up through signing of the UN Charter by 51 states. The UN was intended to bring countries together to improve the prospects of social and economic development all over the world. UN wanted that after its creation, there will be improvement, or we can say the development in the social and economic condition of the nations. At present, the United Nations has 193 member states. Remember, it was created with the 51 states. These included all independent states. All members have one vote each. So here you can see the logo of United Nations. This is the United Nations logo. The emblem has a word map with olive branches around it, signifying world peace. Here we come to the principal organs of United Nations. So how many principal organs of United Nations there are? 6, right? And these names are mentioned in the UN Charter under Article 7. So first is General Assembly, second Security Council, third is Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, International Court of Justice, and the sixth one is Secretariat. Now we will go in detail, right? So first one is General Assembly. So children, I had tried my best to put the main information about all these organs, and that will be, I hope, of very use to you. General Assembly is one of the most important organ of the United Nations. Its total number of members are, as we have discussed earlier, 193, right? Each member state may be represented by not more than 5 members or delegates. At the maximum, they can have 5 members or delegates, right? At the beginning of each regular session, it elects a president and the chairman. The General Assembly meets in regular annual sessions beginning each year on Tuesday in September. You can write these main things on a separate paper. You can make your own notes because this is an important one. It could be asked in your exam. Until when it continues? When starting each year on Tuesday in September and continuous until mid-December. Now we will see its parts and functions of General Assembly. Deliberative functions. Deliberately it takes under its some functions it has to do, then it supervises also. Elective functions and constitutive functions. Less or more, it's clear by its names that in a PPT I cannot put the all in detail. That is why I have put only headings. Now we come to the second organ of United Nations, and that is Security Council. The main object of the Security Council is to assist in maintaining peace and security. Peace, that is, everyone want to live in peaceful atmosphere, and every country, and we can say the population of every country want to be secured. So that is why the very first thing in the work of Security Council is, its objects are peace and security to maintain. Its total members are 15. Out of these, 5 are permanent members. It's very important to know. And the short question you can prepare on your own, like total members of Security Council are 15 and there are 5 permanent members. And 5 permanent members, which 5 permanent members are? China, France, Russia, UK and USA. Okay. So the rest 10 members are there, and they are called the non-permanent members. And the non-permanent members are elected by General Assembly for a period of 2 years. Listen carefully. And this election takes place every year, so that 5 members would retire as a consequence of the same. Every year election will take place. There are 15 members. So every second year 5 members will retire automatically. The retiring member is not eligible for immediate re-election. So 5 members will retire, but in the next elections they are not eligible for re-election. It means the other countries will be given a chance. Right? Each member of Security Council has 1 vote. So all 15 members of Security Council has voting power. Then comes veto power. The UN Charter confers veto power on the permanent members. A negative vote cast by a permanent member on a sensational matter is called veto. You know what is veto power? Like if there is any proposal and any country out of those 5 permanent members want to stop it, that country can use its veto power. Veto power has created a difference between the permanent and non-permanent members of the Security Council and in the entire membership of the UN. That's very important to know. That is only the difference between these two. Non-permanent members have voting power, and these 5 permanent members are very strong. This veto power makes them very powerful. Right? So you can see that use of veto power up to 2006 by permanent members. सबसे ज़्यादा, the most of the time Russia has used its veto power. UK has used it for 32 times. USA 82, right? And France is 18 times. And the functions of and powers of the Security Council are as follows: elective functions and supervisory functions. Accordingly, it's we can say according to its scope where it has to use its function, do its functions and use its powers. Economic and Social Council is the third organ. This organ of UN plays a crucial role in building a world of greater prosperity, stability, and justice. Its member states are elected by the General Assembly for overlapping 3-year terms. So, the members of Economic and Social Council are elected for 3 years. Total membership is 5, which is based on geographical representation. This is Economic and Social Council. Obviously, what would be its function? It will see prosperity, stability of the countries of the world. And power and functions of Economic and Social Council. This council may make recommendation for the purpose of promoting respect for human rights and fundamental freedom. Social justice it will see, because that is why may assist Security Council upon its request. Whenever Security Council wants its help in anything, it will assist. Functions relating to specialized agencies. Agencies we will go through later on. The fourth agency, we can say fourth organ of the UNO is Trusteeship Council. It's very important to know for you that this council was suspended on 1st November 1994 with the independence of Palau, the last UN trust territory. So you don't have to do, but you have to know when it was suspended. That's very important for you to know. That is, it is not working now. At present, it's not in working thing. The fifth, also a very important organ, International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice is situated in Hague. Where is Hague situated? Netherlands. It consisted of 15 judges, members headed by the president and vice president. Right? These judges are elected by the General Assembly and the Security Council for a period of 9 years. So again I'm telling you, just make your own notes, because of every organ, time period of their appointment is different, and of course they are elected most of the time by the General Assembly, right? And the sixth organ of United Nations is the Secretariat. The Secretariat comprises of a Secretary General. It's clear with its name. Obviously, there will be a Secretary General, Secretary General, and such a staff as the organization may require. The General Assembly elects the Secretary General upon the recommendation of the Security Council for a 5-year renewable term. If इसको दोबारा बनाना है, if it has to be re-elected, it can be done. Its term can be renewed. The practice of UN shows that Secretary General is appointed from a smaller and neutral states. Most of the time, it is seen that the Secretary General of UNO is appointed from a smaller and neutral states. And at present, do you know who is the Secretary General of UNO? Write the name fast. At present, Antonio Guterres is the UNO's Secretary General, and he is 9th Secretary General. He was appointed on 1st January 2017, and his country is Portugal. Right? This was information about the UN Secretary General. Now, powers and functions of the Secretary General. The Secretary General plays a vital as well as a positive role at all meetings conducted by all organs of UN. See, such an important post it has. The Secretary General is required to make an annual report to the General Assembly on the work of the organization. Secretary General has to do work. He has to prepare an annual report to put in front of General Assembly. He notifies the Assembly or the members of UN if the General Assembly is not in session. He may bring the attention of the Security Council any matter which is in his opinion threatens the maintenance of international peace and security. If there is any problem, then he can do what he can do. He can put any matter in front of Security Council. The cases which in his opinion is a threat in the maintenance of international peace and security. Right? So, as I told you that in this video, I will go through only till the principal organs of United Nations. Right? Because enough time is done now and you will get started bored. So, go through it. In the next video, we will do key agencies of UNO. And do you know, these key agencies are introduced lately. The previous course, it was not there. UNESCO, ILO, ILO, International Labour Organization can call, and UNICEF. Right? Okay then. All the best. See you in the next video of this chapter.